Welcome to World Alert Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The Philippines is currently weighing a landmark offer from Japan, one that could significantly alter the balance of power in the region and redefine its naval capabilities for years to come. The proposal involves 6 Abu Kuma-class destroyer escorts, versatile warships that could soon bolster the Philippine Navy's fleet and enhance its maritime presence. This move comes amid rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea, where territorial disputes and frequent confrontations have made the region a flashpoint. The decision is about more than just acquiring ships. It's a strategic pivot that could influence the entire Indo-Pacific. Accepting the vessels would deepen Manila's alliance with Tokyo, strengthening military ties and sending a clear message to rivals about defending its maritime claims and sovereignty. Japan's offer marks a dramatic shift in its post-war policy, as Tokyo steps up its regional security role, supporting partners for a free and open Indo-Pacific, and countering growing threats in the area. For the Philippines, these warships could be a much-needed upgrade, enhancing patrols, improving response times, and strengthening deterrence against encroachment and illegal activities in its waters. The symbolism is powerful, former adversaries now forging a defense partnership, turning a page in history to face new challenges together as allies. Yet the ships are decades old, and integrating them will require major investment in upgrades, specialized training for crews, and ongoing maintenance to ensure they remain effective in modern naval operations. Manila faces a tough choice, balancing the strategic and diplomatic gains against the significant financial and logistical challenges that come with operating and maintaining an older fleet. The world is watching closely as the Philippines stands at a crossroads, with its future defense posture and regional influence hanging in the balance. This is more than a military deal, it's a defining moment for the nation's role in regional security, shaping how it cooperates with allies and responds to future threats. The decision will not only shape the Philippine Navy's capabilities, but also its alliances and strategic direction for years to come, marking a pivotal chapter in the country's maritime history. To assess the offer, the Philippine Navy sent a technical team to Japan for a hands-on inspection. Naval engineers and weapons specialists scrutinized the Abu Kuma-class ships, evaluating their condition and compatibility with Philippine systems. They examined everything from engines to combat systems, looking for hidden issues and upgrade potential. The team also learned from Japanese counterparts, gaining insights into maintenance and operational best practices. This knowledge transfer is as valuable as the ships themselves, laying groundwork for future cooperation. Their findings will determine if the ships are worth the investment, factoring in refurbishment costs, timelines, and long-term support needs. The report will be a sober, technical assessment free from political spin. Manila now awaits this crucial analysis, which will guide one of its most significant defense decisions in decades. The stakes: a stronger navy or a costly misstep. The outcome will set the tone for Philippine naval modernization. The Abu Kuma-class ships, constructed in the late 1980s and early 1990s, were purpose-built for anti-submarine warfare, reflecting the maritime priorities of their era. These vessels were once considered state-of-the-art, designed to counter underwater threats and protect vital sea lanes. Their advanced sonar systems and ASROC launchers fill a critical gap for the Philippines, which urgently needs to monitor deep waters and detect potential submarine incursions in its vast maritime territory. However, these ships are not cutting-edge by today's standards. They lack modern air defense and advanced missile systems, making them less effective against aerial and missile threats in a rapidly evolving security environment. Their Harpoon missiles and main gun remain reliable for surface combat, but their electronics and combat systems are dated, making significant upgrades essential for them to stay relevant in modern naval warfare. At around 2,000 tons, these ships are larger and more capable than most of the current Philippine fleet, able to operate in open ocean and withstand rough weather, expanding the Navy's operational reach and resilience. Their endurance would allow for longer, more persistent patrols in contested waters, enabling the Philippines to maintain a visible and sustained presence in areas of strategic importance. The trade-off is clear: these are proven platforms with strong anti-submarine capabilities, but they come with significant modernization costs and the challenge of integrating new technology into older hulls. The key question remains: does the boost in naval presence and capability truly outweigh the expense and effort required to keep these older ships relevant and effective in the years ahead? For Manila, it's a calculated risk, one that could redefine its naval power and signal a new era of maritime security for the nation. The decision is about balancing immediate operational needs with the long-term sustainability and modernization of the fleet, ensuring the Navy remains effective for years to come. Ultimately, the answer will shape the Philippine Navy's future for years to come, influencing not just strategy, but the nation's role in regional security. Acquiring the Abukuma-class ships would be a game-changer for the Philippine Navy. Currently reliant on aging cutters and a handful of modern frigates, the fleet lacks dedicated anti-submarine platforms. 6 new ships would provide layered defense and persistent patrols in the West Philippine Sea. This presence is vital for deterring incursions and protecting national interests. The ships would also elevate the technical skills of Filipino sailors, preparing them for more advanced platforms in the future. Integrating these vessels would help develop new doctrines, training, and logistics for a modern Navy. The experience gained would be a stepping stone to future acquisitions of state-of-the-art warships. These ships aren't just an upgrade, they're a bridge to a more capable, professional force. The transformation would echo far beyond the ships themselves. The Japanese offer comes with hidden costs. Refurbishing decades-old ships is no small feat. Each vessel will need a thorough overhaul, hull repairs, engine upgrades, and replacement of worn components. Modernization is essential, requiring new radars, electronic warfare suites, and weapons compatible with Philippine systems. Integrating Japanese ships into a fleet built around American and Korean designs adds logistical complexity. The Navy must establish new supply chains for Japanese parts and train technicians on unfamiliar systems. Adopting Japan's meticulous maintenance culture is crucial for long-term reliability. This means investing in training, new depots, and a shift in operational mindset. Without robust support, the ships risk spending more time in port than at sea. The success of this acquisition hinges on more than just funding. It's about building the right infrastructure and expertise. The challenge is as much about people and process as it is about hardware. The real cost of these ships goes far beyond the initial price tag. Refurbishment, modernization, ammunition, and specialized training all demand significant investment. The Philippine defense budget will be stretched to accommodate these new expenses. Operating Japanese-built ships means learning new systems, translating manuals, and retraining crews. Sourcing spare parts from Japan adds another layer of complexity and potential dependency. Building a domestic stockpile of critical spares is essential to avoid operational delays. The government must commit to a realistic, multi-year budget for the ship's entire service life. Without sustained funding, the vessels could become expensive liabilities. The decision is a classic case of total cost of ownership, low entry price but high long-term costs. Manila must ensure it can afford not just to acquire but to operate and maintain these ships effectively. This deal is more than a military transaction. It's a symbol of a deepening alliance between the Philippines and Japan. Once defined by post-war reconciliation, their relationship now centers on shared security interests. The transfer of major naval assets signals trust and a united front against regional threats. Japan's support helps the Philippines defend its sovereignty and advances the vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific. The image of Japanese warships under the Philippine flag marks a historic shift from former adversaries to close allies. This partnership will require years of joint training, technical exchanges, and logistical cooperation. Such sustained collaboration will build deeper institutional ties and greater interoperability. The alliance is poised to become a cornerstone of regional security. The transfer of these advanced warships will reverberate across the Indo-Pacific, sending a clear message to both allies and rivals about shifting power dynamics in the region. Southeast Asian neighbors will watch closely, analyzing the implications for their own security. Many may seek similar partnerships or military upgrades, hoping to strengthen their own navies and ensure they are not left behind in the evolving security environment. For China, the move signals a direct challenge to its maritime ambitions. Beijing is likely to respond with diplomatic protests, increased patrols, and perhaps even new military exercises in disputed waters, aiming to assert its presence and push back against what it sees as encroachment. The deal also strengthens the US-led alliance network, aligning with Washington's push for allies to bolster their own defenses and share the burden of regional security. This cooperation sends a unified signal of resolve to potential adversaries. A more capable Philippine Navy, now backed by Japan's technology and expertise, enhances regional deterrence and complicates Beijing's strategic calculations, making any aggressive moves riskier and more costly. While 6 ships alone won't tip the overall balance of power, Their presence raises the cost of aggression and contributes to a more stable deterrent. These vessels also improve surveillance and rapid response capabilities, making it harder for hostile actions to go unnoticed. The partnership also encourages ASEAN members to take a firmer, more coordinated stance on maritime security, fostering greater unity and collaboration among Southeast Asian nations. The visible presence of these ships, with unmistakable Japanese and US backing, shifts the strategic calculus in the West Philippine Sea, making it clear that the status quo is being challenged. The region becomes more complex, with increased naval activity and overlapping interests, but also potentially more stable, as deterrence is reinforced and the risks of miscalculation are reduced. Ultimately, the move marks a tangible and significant shift in the regional security landscape, setting the stage for new alliances, strategies, and a redefined balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. Integrating the Abukuma-class ships is a long-term test of Philippine commitment. It demands sustained investment in training, maintenance, and upgrades, far beyond a one-time purchase. The Navy must develop new doctrines and tactics to fully leverage anti-submarine capabilities. This will require years of joint exercises and close collaboration with Japan and the US. The decision is a test of political will, signaling whether Manila is ready to invest in lasting defense capability. Accepting the ships means embracing a new era of modernization and alliance building. The choice will shape the nation's strategic trajectory for a generation. It's a declaration of intent to defend sovereignty and play a more assertive regional role. The final decision will define the Philippines' place in an increasingly contested world.